Hey everyone, welcome back. So Rom&Nd came out with a few new shades and I believe lip products. So I'm just going to include them all into one video. They came out with 5 new shades for their Glasting color gloss. I did get all of them. They also came out with a Sheery color stick. It's very small and petite, but there's a lot to unpack. They have their Glassy balm tint. So I got one shade of this. And then in collaboration with MISTY, they do have 2 new shades that I'm going to compare as well. They also do include their Blur Fudge pot. I'm starting out first with the Glasting color gloss because they don't have much of a stain. This is in 21 Toffee Cream and it's described as being a soft cream caramel beige color. Overall, it does look quite similar to the promotional picture. So I have this light beige color. It is a little bit on the warm side. On the lips, however, it doesn't look too warm tone. Overall, on the lips, it does look a little bit more of this pale tan brown color. I don't know if it's because it's a lighter shade, but you do see a little bit of unevenness up close. So it is going to kind of fill in the wrinkles of your lips. The formula pretty much feels the same. It has a thick gel-like texture to it and provides a lot of moisturization. Very glossy finish. I think this will look really good to layer on top of other lip products or even just blend with other lip products to kind of beautify it. These don't have a stain, but I'm just going to do a quick stain test. You can see it did transfer quite a bit. At the bottom is Toffee Cream. On top of that is Cream Shell and shade number 12. Very similar in their lightness. Toffee Cream has more brown in it, slightly yellow undertones, and for Cream Shell it is more pink. Next up, this is 22 Cream Mud. This is described as being a cool beige color. Over it has a pretty similar shade to the promotional picture. You sort of have this gray beige. And it says it's a cool beige color, so I'm assuming it's more cool tone. Compared to the previous 121 Toffee Cream, it is more mute. I kind of do prefer this shade compared to the previous one, just because it adds a very nice contouring-like effect. Very natural glossy effect. For the foreleg, you're going to have this sheer gray-like tinted color on the lips. Slightly mauve as well because of the purple in this, but it is very, very subtle. It doesn't look too pale on my lips. It also works pretty well by itself. Pretty surprised by how well it looks on the lips. At the bottom is Cream Mud. On top of that is Cool Pink on top. And then we have Iron Will from Peripera. Iron Will is more of a gray color. Cool Pink on top is a cool tone purple shade. It is a little bit more bright and vibrant compared to Cream Mud, but I kind of want you to see the difference of how mute it is. Next up, this is 23 Cream Haze. It's described as being a pale pink color. Pale pink color too with a little bit of purple. A little bit similar to the promotional picture as well. I think this might look a little bit too pale for the full look. For the full look, it does lighten a bit the more that you apply. And because of how light it is, it does have an uneven finish. Cream Haze is at the bottom. On top of that is Cream Shell. Very similar in their lightness. I would say Cream Haze is the cool tone version of Cream Shell. It has a little bit more purple in it. Moving on to a darker shade, this is 24 Cream BEBE. It's described as being a peachy cream, soft pink beige color. This one is a little bit more pigmented compared to the previous shades. It does have more of this pink color to it. This also looks similar to Peony Ballet, which is in shade number 1 from the same collection. Very beautiful MLBB pink color. I think it does look a lot better in person. In the promotional picture, it looks a little bit too light. For the full look, it does get slightly more pigmented. Very beautiful MLBB pink. Very nice muteness, especially from a natural beige skin tone. Really good to use by itself. Really nice to build up the color. Has good pigmentation. Very beautiful gloss as well. So here's the comparison with Cream BEBE at the bottom and Peony Ballet on top. They are really similar in their shade. I would say that Peony Ballet maybe slightly a bit more vibrant. Cream BEBE is slightly more mute. They look like a gradient of each other. Last but not least, for this collection, we have 25 Cream Beans. This is described as being a rosy fig color. For the swatch, it does look similar to the promotional picture. In person, it's slightly a little bit more bright pink color. It does have a natural brightening effect. It gives this like very spring-like color to it. Very subtle and light woolly pink color. Very MLBB, a very beautiful shade, very flattering. Cream Beans is at the bottom, and top of that is Mauve Moon. Cream Beans has a very similar pink as Mauve Moon. It's slightly a little bit more light. Moving on to the Sheery color stick, I only got it in one shade. This is in the shade number 1, MORY Beige. This is described as being a nude pink beige color. and it is more of a warm tone shade. Very beautiful pink beige color. Nice even application, applies pretty well on the lips. Sort of has a satin-like finish to it, semi-shine finish, and it does apply quite light, but we'll have to see if I can build up the color for the full look. It does melt easily and applies smoothly onto the lips. I wasn't expecting much for this product. Pretty nice for a lipstick type of format. It doesn't feel sticky, it doesn't feel waxy. The more they apply, the more mute it does get. Definitely looks a lot better in person compared to the promotional picture. You have this pink brown color, very flattering for my natural beige skin tone as well. It's not too mute or too vibrant, and it does seem to be more of a warm tone shade. Pretty happy with choosing this shade. It is quite moisturizing for a lipstick. Really nice even application. The product doesn't move much around the lips. Feels quite lightweight as well. Very dry and cool weather. Probably not enough moisturization, but this will work really well for spring, fall, and summer. The type of shade and formula that I don't mind wearing as a daily product. Overall, I'm quite impressed. Let's go ahead with this stain. A little bit of the stain, it kind of looks like the gradient. At the bottom is more beige, on top of that is bare marron, and then you have a very similar undertone. You have this pink brown color. For bare marron, it does go a few shades darker. Moving on to the next product, this is their Glassy Balm Tint in number 1, Nudie Nude. As you can tell, it's a glossy finish. This is described as being a soft mute beige color. Also, it is a warm tone shade. Similar shade to the promotional picture. The promotional looks a little bit more like the full look. Sort of this semi-orange, semi-coral brown color. If you don't like a lot of orange in your lip color, I would recommend this shade. I'm really picky with orange or coral shades, but this one, it looks quite subtle. Very nice muteness as well. Sort of has this gel-like formula to it. It is quite lightweight, kind of watery as well, a little bit similar to their Dewy Full Water tint, but this formula kind of seems like it would have a good stain. Let's go with the full look. There's not much of a scent. The more they apply, the more mute it is going to get. It does look closer to the promotional picture now. Very beautiful tangerine brown color. It can look rosy under some certain lightings. Has a very nice glistening gloss finish. Slightly sweet scent. Overall, it has a pretty good stain. Nudie Nude is at the bottom, and then Chai Apricot is on top. Similar in the muteness, Nudie Nude is slightly a little bit more orange. Chai Apricot is a little bit more mute. Moving on to the Juicy Lasting Tint collection, we have 39 Misty Peach. This is described as being a nudie peach color with a little bit of beige in it. Compared to the promotional picture, it looks a little bit more warm and orange in person. It's not as mute. For the full, you can see the color a little bit better. Sort of this apricot peach color. When you apply it, it is light, but once it oxidizes, it's going to mute. It's going to look more mute on the lips. It's also not too orange, and very good if you're a warm tone. I'm gonna go with the stain test. At the bottom is Misty Peach. On top of that is Coral Chemistry, and then we have Honeydew Melon from the same collection. Once they oxidize, very similar in their muteness. I'd say Honeydew Melon has more pink in it. Misty Peach has a little bit more orange. For Coral Chemistry, it does look a little bit more bright and vibrant, but I think on the lips, once they oxidize, they would look similar. This is Chai Apricot, slightly more mute, I guess. For the last shade that I got for the JLT, this is 40 Beige Grape. This is described as being a neutral pink grape color. I thought this was cool tone, but it is described as being neutral. Probably neutral, slightly more cool tone, because it does have purple in it. Compared to the promotional picture, it's a little bit more bright and vibrant in person. Plum purple color. The more they apply, the more mute it is going to get. You are going to see more purple in it. Grape-like purple color. Very beautiful and classic mauve purple color. So this does apply quite light, and it does oxidize quite a bit. The color that I thought of when I swatched this was Rosy Wish, because it has a very similar application. It applies light, and then it does oxidize quite a bit. And this is after both have oxidized. Peripera does oxidize faster. For Rom&Nd, it takes a while, but overall they are really similar in muteness and shade. Moving on, this is their Blur Fudge pot, and it's also in the shade 40. I'm assuming it's supposed to be similar to 40. It does have a powdery finish on the lips, not fully blending. It does blur the wrinkles of the lips. Not much of an even application. It does feel a little bit drying as well, so you do have to prep your lips well beforehand. This is the last stain test. I did transfer quite a bit. I don't know if you can see it, but it does get really, how do I explain it? You know how like when you erase, when you use an eraser, it has those leftover pieces? That's what it has. Beige. Today's favorites are MORY Beige and Cream Mud. There were actually a lot of good shades in this collection, but also questionable shades, like the lighter ones, like these lighter ones, Toffee Cream or Cream Haze. I'm not really sure how to use this product because they're just a little bit too light and pale. Even if I layered it, a little bit more tricky to wear. Very beautiful gray purple color for Cream Mud. Works really well to beautify lip colors, but also add a natural kind of like 2-in-1 lip contouring effect. It's not too worried that it's gonna make it look harsh or pale. For MORY Beige, a very beautiful pink brown color. If you like Bare Marron, you'll probably like MORY Beige as well. Pretty impressive for the formula as well. It has a satin-like finish, quite moisturizing, easy to glide and apply onto the lips. They only have 4 shades, but hopefully they do come out with more shades because I do like this formula. I was really looking forward to the Blur Fudge Pop, but I found it kind of underwhelming. Pigmentation was not that good, and the stain as well, but it is what it is. That wraps up today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.